Hello and welcome back to my channel. It hasn't been long for you since you've seen me. However, it's been a while since I've seen you because I haven't been filming. I've pre-filmed a lot of videos for my holiday. I'm back from my holiday with just a little bit of tan. So I feel great. I'm happy to be sat down filming for you guys again. I hope you are excited too. In today's video on foundation fabs or flushes, I will be testing the Velvet Matte Skin from Makeup Forever, and I hope you join me. So if you would like to know how well it covers acne and how long it lasts on an oily skin, it claims to be 24 hours. So let's test it. If you would like to see that, just keep on watching. Okay, let's read about this foundation. I actually struggled to find descriptions of this foundation. I went onto Debenhams, like the page wouldn't load or whatever. I eventually got onto essential.com and we've got it. So let's read about it. Embrace flawless skin with the Makeup Forever Matte Velvet Skin Full Coverage Foundation. High coverage, oil-free formula that will unify your complexion and effortlessly hide imperfections. Completely comfortable, the Matte Velvet Skin Foundation will feel like second skin. The result is a smooth finish with no cracking or building up of product. Offering a silky matte finish, this innovative formula contains a blend of powders that will absorb any excess oil for a gorgeous shine-free finish. Synthetic mica has a light reflecting and texturing properties that will add a subtle radiance to your complexion. I kind of like how that sounds. It says it's going to keep me matte, but it's going to have radiance. I like it. Plus, with waterproof 24-hour wear, matte velvet skin is perfect for those busier days when you don't have time to touch up. Last bit. The best part about Velvet Matte Skin is its versatility. If you prefer to wear a lighter matte foundation, Matte Velvet Skin will give you unparalleled coverage with just a little amount of product. Prefer all-out glam, this formulation will give you vamped up perfect finish. We all know which one I'm going to go for. Anyway, now that's out the way, I of course got myself a sample at a counter because, like I said before, there's so many foundations on the market. I'm not going to test them all because not only I just simply can't afford all of them, it is a bit of a waste. You know, if I bought the Tainted Doll, it would be the worst purchase I ever make in my life because I just know I wouldn't have worn that foundation ever again. However, on the other hand, if I bought the NARS, I would have worn it like every single day for the rest of my life. But yeah, I don't want to waste money. It doesn't seem like a lot and it is very, very thick. I understand why it's originally in a squeezy tube. Let's get into it. I'm of course going to start by applying one side of my face with a sponge. You know what? For the life of me, I cannot remember the shade the lady gave me. This seems like a good match. Does it have a scent? Maybe a little one? I don't know. I don't think so. Okay, so I agree with the description. The coverage can be like more of a medium, so if you are into like a lighter coverage, you can achieve it with this foundation. This is my face with one layer of the foundation in comparison to my bare face. It is definitely more of a medium, dried really, really quickly. So far, I really like it. It does have a very nice finish. However, I do want to try and build the coverage. I'm going to build the coverage on my cheek, as always. It's my problematic area. So this is my face with 2 layers of the foundation in comparison to my bare face and 1 layer of the foundation. And as we can see, it does build. It doesn't build to a complete full coverage. However, it is very high coverage. It does look very, very nice. Feels very, very nice. Maybe an application with a brush will give us a better finish. So I can see already, I don't know, I don't mind the finish. However, it's definitely nowhere near as nice as the sponge. So I'm going back to the sponge. Already, I feel like this area does look a little bit cakey and it cracks a little bit. It said it's not going to do that. It said it's not going to crack. Let's test other formulas on top of this. I'm of course going to use my Revolution Matte Base Concealer in 13.5 to bronze the perimeters of my face. Felt too comfortable talking to you guys, and I've been babbling on, and we missed all the action. The formulas meshed together really well. I've used my Revolution Matte Base Concealer to bronze. I used my Collection Lasting Perfection for my under eye. I set it with Fenty Beauty powder. It all just meshed together really nicely. I just need to brush off this bake. It has like a matte but still fresh looking look, like a fresh looking finish, and I really like that. I'm not going to powder the rest of my face. I'm just going to set my concealer on my other eye. I'm going to get on with the day. It is 10 o'clock. I'm going to get on with the day, and I shall see you in 2 hours for my first check-in. Okay, 2 hours in, I managed to film another video, and here is what my face looks like. I don't mind it. However, I am slightly disappointed with how luminous it's looking already. I didn't powder the whole of my face. It looked really good initially. However, I'm shiny in the center of my face. The pores on my nose look huge. You can see it on the camera, and I'm pretty sure you can barely ever see them this big. Like, it emphasized the pores on my nose. It looks a little cakey around my mouth. It has collected in my forehead lines. The coverage is still there. Nothing has come off, which is nice. However, it doesn't look as good as I expected it to, because I am quite luminous and it feels like it's gonna come off when I touch it. I will blot. Surprisingly, there isn't that much transfer. I expected a lot more. It's reasonable, and as we can see, a lot of oil has been removed. It does look a little bit better when it's not shiny, but it's separating on my cheek a little bit, separating on my nose a little bit, and it's in my lines, and I don't like it. But it's comfortable. It is comfortable. It doesn't feel like a heavy foundation on the skin, so that's a plus. 4.5 hours in, and sorry about the noise outside, by the way, guys. The foundation doesn't look terrible, but it doesn't look good enough. It doesn't look good enough for me, not for Makeup Forever. It is a high-end brand. To be completely honest, I didn't even check the price. I'll have to do that in my next check-in. Whatever the price is, it's just not good enough. This area where my face doesn't get as oily, perimeters of my face, not the center, it looks really nice. I think maybe if I had a oil controlling primer in the center of my face, I wouldn't mind it as much. Apart from my nose, next to my nose and my cheeks and my forehead, everything looks fine, but the center of my face doesn't look good. I do need to blot yet again, especially on my nose. That's okay, not too much transfer, I don't mind that. When I blot, it looks okay, but when it's shiny, it emphasizes everything, and my oily face will make it shiny every hour, every 2 hours. I'm slowly seeing that the foundation is disappearing from this area. This area right here doesn't look good. I still haven't made my mind up. It's not the best foundation, but it's definitely not the worst. I shall see you in 2 more hours. 2 more hours in, it is 4:30, 6.5 hours into the wear test. As crazy as it sounds, this foundation looks better. Sorry about the noise yet again. I am shook, to be completely honest, because my pores on my nose don't look as bad as they did on the previous check-in and the check-in before that. I think it is because the foundation is slowly like slipping off my face, and there isn't as much, so there isn't as much product that emphasizes that area. Surprisingly, I like how it looks. I look a little bit oily, however, it looks fresh and it looks nice. It's the weirdest thing. Even the lines on my forehead don't look as bad. How does that happen? I mean, you can tell I've worn this foundation for a while. It is oily and it is like coagulating. The oils with the foundation don't really want to mix, and it's just like two different things on my face, but it looks quite nice. I'm losing coverage in this area and in this area slowly, but to be completely honest, like, oh right, okay, maybe I wasn't doing this for the past 2 hours, because now I did it, it collected again. But that only means you have to like tap this foundation in again, and it doesn't look bad, you know? I don't know. I'm so confused by this foundation. On one hand, this is Makeup Forever and I hold it to a slightly higher standards. It's not good enough for that standard. However, on the other hand, I did have worse foundations from the high-end range which were worse. I'm still on the fence with this foundation. Funny thing, very interesting thing, I struggled to find this foundation in the UK, like on the websites. I have no idea why. I did say that before, so if any of you know whether this foundation has been discontinued or if they are rebranding it or whatever, I would highly appreciate you leaving a comment down below and letting me know what's happening, because I simply don't know. I shall see you in 2 more hours and then hopefully we'll have some conclusions. 8.5 hours in, friends. I didn't manage to get an earlier check-in. I was busy. I look oily, so I'm going to blot before I say anything. This is my blotting paper, a little bit of transfer. Let's have a look. Okay, the foundation is pretty much gone from this area above my lip, half of my nose really, but anywhere else for almost 9 hours, because it's 7:15. It looks really nice on camera. However, I hope you will manage to see that I don't have the foundation in this area and this area. This doesn't look terrible. It is coming off, but it is there. I'm gonna wear it for 2 more hours and give you my final thoughts. This is why I don't like to do check-ins in my room, the lighting situation. Oh, I just look straight at the sun and I'm blinded. So it's hour number 10 and this is going to be my final check-in. The foundation, for its price, even though I can't find it on British website, I think it's around £20, 20 odd pounds. It is not worth its price. It's not a terrible foundation, but for that amount of money, I just expect more. Around £10 if it was a drugstore foundation. With these results, I would have a lot more difficulty deciding whether it's worth it or not, but because it is high-end, it's not worth it. It is a flush for me, but I have one more Makeup Forever foundation sample that I might test in the future. Looking forward to more videos next week. I hope I see you then. If you have enjoyed this video, make sure to like, comment, subscribe. Hope to see you next time. Thank you so much for watching. You are the best.